To have WWE's stamp of approval, that just means aspiring wrestlers from all over the globe can trust in us to give them proper training when they come here.
For a decade, Black and Brave Wrestling Academy has been training aspiring wrestlers, but now the Academy is taking things to a whole new level.
It's very special for us at Black and Brave to be a part of the WWE ID developmental program. Through this program, they're trying to focus on schools that do things the right way and train people properly.
So for now, this is a verified facts only story because the story is important and it matters too much to dress it up in a weird way. So on May 21st of 2026, bodyslam.net published a report that independent wrestlers signed to WWE going forward will no longer be permitted to use their indie ring names on an independent bookings. That's crazy, right? And F4W Online said the same thing. They corroborated with that story within 24 hours. Cage Eye Seats picked it up as well. Multiple outlets ran the same story from similar sources. The policy is now verified, and now we sit with what it actually means. So let's get to it. Welcome to the Tea Drop, where the brew is strong and the takes are stronger. We are going over the WWE program. Let me give you what first WWE ID was as sold as, so we can measure what it's changed into. WWE ID, short for WWE Independent Development, launched on October 29, 2024. The press release called it first of its kind. This program has two pieces. Piece one, WWE design 4 indie schools. Right now, 5 indie schools, but there's a few here. There's 5 that are an official WWE ID school. There's Booker T's Reality of Wrestling in Houston. There's the Cody Rhodes Nightmare Factory in Atlanta. There's the Seth Rollins Black and Brave Wrestling Academy in Iowa. There's Elite Pro in New Hampshire. And there was Knox Pro in Los Angeles. But that promotion was gone due to an incident a few months ago with Raja Jackson. And it seems like, I don't know why, but it looks like Elite Pro is also removed from this list and we're down to just these 3 ID schools. Future story, I guess. Then there's piece 2. Individual wrestlers get tagged as WWE ID prospects. Lower tier developmental deals, access to the performance center, mentorships, athletic trainers, the clear understood promise. Keep working indie dates, build your brand, prove yourself, get the call to a real contract. Now, that was the deal as the wrestling world understood it. But on October 2024 through May 2026, wrestlers signed WWE ID deals and kept appearing on indie shows under the names that built their reputation. But that all changed until this week. Here are the names confirmed by Body Slam, republished by F4W Online and Cage Eye Seats as well. These are, give me a second. Here are the current WWE ID talent. I want to zoom in. Nope, can't zoom in. The website's weird like that, but I'll read them out to you. These are the current names. Sources have revealed to bodyslam.net that individual wrestlers who have been signed by WWE for a WWE ID contract will no longer be able to use their indie names. Going forward, they will have to use their WWE ID names for all upcoming appearances. That means appearances outside of WWE. Okay, so the names are Arisha Demia is now going to be going as Anya Rune. Notorious Mimi is now going by Sloane Jacobs, the same Notorious Mimi who was pictured holding her WWE ID contract on WWE Recruit's official program. What do I mean by that? I believe, do I have that picture? I don't think I do. She's nowhere in the, anyway, before my computer further crashes on me. Then we have Starboy Charlie, who's going by Chaz Starboy Hall. We have Jeriel Rivera, who's going by Santi Rivera, Jimmy House going by CG Balor. And we have Mickey Cunningham, now going by Max Abrams. 6 wrestlers with 6 new brand identities, fan bases built on indie shows over the course of careers that as of this week, they no longer wrestle under. Not on Evolve, not on TNA, not on any indie dates going forward. The names they built now belong to the company that signed them. Zayla Steele dodged a freaking bullet because of that. So good for her. Now, here's part of the verified facts portion where we read some of the policy, right? Two readings of the same policy. The WWE frame is that, and this is the one that some industry observers will give. WWE has a trademark interest in the names they're investing in. They run a developmental program. They have a right to brand consistency for the wrestlers in that program. Standard sports entertainment business practice, this is no different than a film studio controlling actor branding during a project. Some will frame it that way. That frame is eternally consistent. We're not going to obviously dismiss that. But when it comes to the indie frame, and this is the one a lot of people like Cage Side Seats raised on May 22nd, there's a quote saying that if you can dictate what they do when they're not working for you, they're not that independent. This is the labor question. WWE ID wrestlers are independent contractors. They are not full-time WWE independent employee contractors. They're not signed to NXT or any of those promotions above that. They are not on the main roster. The policy is controlling the markets of a worker now. They control the markets of a worker outside of the hours they actually work for WWE now. Both can be real, but the verified facts only require us to acknowledge both. But at the end of the day, the interpretation belongs to you. Both are true, but which one do you truly believe is the way we should go forward? Now, when it comes to the business, because the trademark question becomes a labor question, that becomes also an equity question. Independent wrestlers build three things over their career. One of them is their name recognition, the ring name, what they do, how they call themselves, so on and so forth. The other is the merch trail, whether it's a t-shirt, a signed photo, branded gear, so on and so forth. Stuff that is under their name. And the third one is their booking relationships with promotions, with promoters, with fans, built on all the stuff above. Ring name, merch, and so forth. Notorious Mimi built Notorious Mimi across indie shows over years. That equity does not transfer to Sloane Jacobs by default. Sloane Jacobs, a new brand, new name. Who is she? Notorious Mimi was hers. And so when it comes to the WWE ID wrestlers going back to the indie shows under their now WWE assigned names, the promotions still pay for the booking. But the fans are now meeting a new character. The merch trail starts at zero. They have to start from ground zero after all the years they built to get to that point. The brand recognition as starting at zero, and the value of the original ring name now sits on a WWE shelf waiting to be used, or shelved permanently, or trademarked into something the wrestler can never use again, even after they leave the program. It's crazy. Sean Reuter at Cage Side Seats said it directly, and I quote, "Indie wrestlers may question whether it's worth wrestling under a name they don't own after they've worked so hard to establish one. They presumably do." That is an important equity question because WWED was sold as a bridge. The policy this week turned the bridge into a leash. Whether the wrestler comes out ahead depends entirely on what's waiting on the other end. And nothing in the reported policy guarantees what's waiting on the other end. At the end of the day, just because you're part of the WWED does not guarantee a WWED contract. So anyway, 3 questions, and let me know in the comments what you think. 1, is this standard trademark protection, or is this brand control reaching outside of WWE's television and onto indie cards that WWE doesn't run? 2, does a WWED prospect get more name recognition working under a WWE given name on Evolve than they would have working under their indie name on dates around the country? Let me know. And 3, and this is the one that wrestlers press keeps dancing around. Should there be a clause in WID deals that return the original ring name to the wrestler if the WWE deal is terminated? Or does WWE keep the name and the wrestlers start from zero? Now, this policy is verified. The wrestlers are named, and now going forward, How we talk about it and frame it is up to you. Anyway, if the T hit right, hit the like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.